Hey. So when I went to America, I realized something. I get angry very easily because I had very many incidents in America where I got pretty mad, but internally, obviously I wasn't screaming at anyone, but like internally there was rage. And I want to vent all these horrible moments with you guys. Let's get started. When in California, it's very sunny. It barely rains. They've been having a 5-year drought in LA. You know, that means that I'm going to have to wear a lot of sunscreen being this pale. So every day, every morning, I would have to put on all of the sunscreen. I've still got slightly burnt shoulders. You probably can't tell, but I can. And this is my first rant. It's sunscreen in the morning, every day. So much sunscreen. I realized that a lot of these stories that I'm gonna tell actually happened at Disney. I realized this is probably because it's the most human interaction that I had the entire holiday, outside of my family, of course, which I had to endure the entire time. So Disney, I had a few incidents there that were a bit... Incident number 1, the 8 screaming girls. So, you know, casually walking up to Twilight Tower of Terror, which is this. It's very scary. Not really. If you don't know the premise, it's basically a broken lift. You walk into an abandoned hotel, it's quite creepy, they're trying to make an atmosphere, and we get placed behind 8 girls. Now, I wasn't judging straight away. They seemed quite nice at first. They were just talking amongst themselves. I'd be the same if I was with my friends. You don't have to be quiet when you're waiting in the queue. Then they take you into a room where they show you a film, they try and make an atmosphere, they tell you a bit of a story, but they continue talking, and I'm not too bothered by this because they're not talking loudly. It doesn't really kill the atmosphere too much. And then we get put onto the same lift as them. So there are 3 rows to the lift, and they are sat right at the front, in front of me and my family. And okay, yeah, sure, they have been quite talkative, and I was okay with that. I was entirely okay with them being talky. When they get onto the ride, they wouldn't stop screaming. So the lift in this ride goes up and down and up and down and up and down, and it's fun. And they did not find it fun. Sure, when they come off they're laughing and they're having fun, but the screaming, my ears, they were ringing afterwards. They were bleeding. Why would you do this to me? What did I do to you? Incident number 2, the pocket knife guy. I wasn't there for this story, but I heard it through my mom. So when you go into Disney, you have to go through security, which, normal thing. So they check your bag, then they put you through a metal scanner. Now I just went straight through. I only usually have a camera or a phone on me. I don't have a bag, they don't have to check me. But my mum and my sister usually do, so they usually have to wait a bit longer. Apparently, the people behind them were trying to get a pocket knife through. Now, in the UK, you're not allowed to carry a pocket knife on you unless you have a specific reason to. So if you're coming back from a camping trip, you can have a pocket knife on you because that's just kind of normal. In America, it's very different. I don't know the exact knife laws, but apparently you can carry pocket knives on you, which I found confusing enough already. This guy was trying to take the pocket knife through. Okay, sure, American laws are different, but taking it into Disney, now, that's a bit different because you have international guests and Disney's a big high-profile place. So the security guy takes the knife, and you'd expect at this point he would be telling the guy that he's not allowed to take it in. But no, he takes a key card, measures the knife against the key card, and still lets the guy through even though the pocket knife is bigger than the key card. Why was he even measuring it against a key card if he's just going to let the guy through anyway? If it's only a little bit bigger, no, that's okay. If it's like a big amount bigger, they're like, maybe not. This is why America has so many problems. You let people in with pocket knives. Incident number 3 at Disney. Strollers, buggies, prams, whatever you want to call them. They will want to kill you. There was a woman coming straight at me with a double-sized buggy, walking pretty fast. I was so scared for my life. I have been hit by so many strollers while away at Disney. Why are you trying to hit me all the time? Those were the incidents at Disney. There was a couple other incidents that weren't as bad. So kind of like just Americans trying to do a Scottish accent. I I don't know anyone that does a Scottish accent like an American. It's the broadest accent I have ever heard. Also, people thought we were Australian for some reason. I'm not entirely sure about that. Everyone in California is somehow related to a Scottish person as well. They've either been to Scotland, or they know someone Scottish, or are related to someone Scottish. Why have you been here? There's nothing to do. I mean, I guess we have a history, whereas America's literally like 100, 200 years old. That's probably why. Anyway, you can do the YouTube things, like, subscribe. My social medias are down there if you want to look at them. If you're gonna try and find me, I'll either be on Twitter or Pinterest. Bye.